Welcome to Rauta's festival previews. This time it's about an event located in Oulu, the northern part of Finland, some 600 kilometers away where I live. So if you think where I live, southern part of Finland is north, well, think again. Now Oulu, as any other northern cities of Finland, are not that known for a lot of metal activities. However, there have been quite a few ones, yellow metal in the past, and Rites of North kind of stealing the northern crown from that one. And this year the festival is pretty goddamn interesting when you check out the lineup. Now this should be rather obvious if you take a look on this very background image I have here for you. This is Rites of North happening on in late January in Oulu, and you might notice a couple of pretty interesting legendary acts. Now, first you might take a look at on the right side of things and say, yeah, it's Dirtheimskart from Norway. It's pretty interesting. But Beherit is the real deal here, and this should be, making your, all senses exploding like, what the hell is happening? Now, obviously, they're pretty much a pretty interesting lineup overall, with various names, various styles and all that stuff, but this is something that is not happening too often. So far Beherit is only announced for 2024 in Tokyo, Japan. So this should be making waves, and indeed already did. The main venue was already sold out quite soon after this announcement or lineup. The lineup, like I said, is pretty strong overall, but this is the reason probably why a lot of people wanted to buy the tickets to see Beherit to perform live metal set, that is, first time in eternity. Apart from that, it's not like most people are going only for one band. Apart from that, there are a bunch of other bands which might be interesting to you for various reasons. There are bands playing black metal, there are bands playing more like sludge doom, there are crusty bands, there are bands that are not exactly metal at all. Now, as it so happens, this event takes place in 3 different venues, and they're nicely here color-coded, meaning you will see white bands on one of the clubs, the main ones, and then there are other black bands happening in various places. Now, I'm not totally sure how these color codes work here, because this might be partially because of, different venues and all that stuff. But there, for example, some ambient and non-metallic acts which are definitely taking place in a different venue than the metal one. And as far as I could tell, only the main venue is now sold out. So in case you're looking for a ticket to buy Beherit, you might have to wait for people who are selling the ticket in the last minute, I'm not able to go, or I booked too many tickets in the first place and now I have extra ones and all that stuff. But there are other events, other venues which definitely have interesting bands, even if not that big as Beherit and Dirtheimskart. Because what makes no sense to list all of them, I will just pick random ones here, more or less the ones I know are at least solid bands, so you can figure out whether or not it's your time to go to the festival. I think one of the interesting ones on the Finnish soil anyway is Order of Nosferatu from Germany. Technically speaking, a side project black metal band, but something that might be rather interesting to play live. To be honest, never seen them live, so I don't know what to expect, but at least it's something that for that reason might be interesting. Commander Agares is one of those rising star Finnish underground black metal names which you might find interesting. I'm happy to see them in Turku, my home city, at Turku Saatanalla, so this time it won't be shame for me to miss them, much like it is to miss Order of Nosferatu. Kalmankantaja is nowadays a very solid live band, even though the focus seems to be putting out albums every month or so. No, just kidding, every year or two, every 6 months or so. But they have been proven, being one of those solid black metal names, and definitely worth checking out. Now, if you want, however, old school death metal, bands like Galvanizer and Festerday should not leave you hanging out in the cold, boring. Solid bands. More about Finnish quality black metal comes in the forms of Sacrilegious Impalement and Azakal. Sacrilegious Impalement and Azakal both released new material this year as well, so they're definitely in the game, so to speak. Talking about different styles, then again, I think it's worth mentioning Inferia and Cannibal Accident, both promising grindy names. Cannibal Accident, for example, played a very interesting show at Steel Chaos 2023, and as such, I totally recommend you to check it out, even if you're not a grind fanatic. Inferia, then again, is probably the leading grind name in Finnish soil. On Finnish soil, so something you should be checking out if you are at least slightly interested in grind music. Enföd and Dispute are interesting names. They're coming from the Swedish part of Finland, and they both have very black metal connected thing going on, but more in a way crusty stuff, especially with Dispute. Enföd is more like Finnish black metal. Both are quality bands, and I actually interviewed Dispute guys during this summer. So in case you're wondering for an interview, that is already out there. Then there are some less known names like Halomanash and Arctaeus, which are probably something very, very marginal audience only with their kind of ambient-like stuff. And of course there are plenty of names like which I don't know, like Philius or Emanon, so really can't comment all these bands, but coming from, doomy bands such as Goat Roach to grindy bands such as Inferia to black metal names such as Sacrilegious Impalement or Kalmagante, Azakal, all that stuff. This kind of gives you a good idea what is going to happen. And it's going to be interesting what kind of set Beherit plays, because obviously that is the biggest name on the fest in the sense that it's not something that you see every month. Now, personally, I'm of course interested in Dirtheim's card, but since it's very, very unsure if I am able to participate to this festival, I guess I'm putting my money on Steel Fest 2024 appearance. But overall, in case you're still wondering and you have the possibility to see some of the bands here at Rites of North, totally get them. You will find them at lippu.fi address, and you should prepare for 2 days of madness in Oulu. It's going to be cold, trust me, in January, because it's very, very far in the north, and the sea wind will blow your ears off and all that stuff and freeze your face. But at least it's a good city with some good metal scene happening, and these kind of events are something that we people should not miss. The only shame is that since some of the tickets are already sold out, it's gonna be impossible for some people of us to join the venue, join the gigs and all that stuff. But put this on your calendar in case you were able to catch those last minute tickets from some people having the extra ones, or maybe you're going to see some of the smaller bands, because maybe it's still worth your time, especially if you're living close to Oulu. This is my take on the preview one. Shall it become possible for me to join the event in January? Of course, I will be reviewing the stuff and hopefully make some interviews as well, but like I said, it doesn't seem very likely at this moment, but we shall see how it goes. But meanwhile, go to check out some of the information. And apologies for not linking any kind of a website other than this Facebook page here on the backdrop, because there is none at the moment. So people looking for information about the festival and not being Facebook users, sorry to say, but you're fucked. So either you get a Facebook profile, or then you just get the information from people around you, or go to the ticket selling sites for more information. But now you know a little bit more. What are your thoughts? Are you going, or are you just disappointed that you missed a ticket? Let me know in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Meanwhile, off you go, and talk to you soon with more videos coming your way. Bye bye.